Look at this crazy article title. Hello and welcome, I'm your host Elizibar. This article's from like a year ago, and I saw this title. It was in my Twitter feed or something, and I saw it and I'm like, I had to click that. Playing for their lives. Playing for their lives. And they really are. They really are. The situation in this country is, I don't think desperate quite conveys it. They use that word in the first sentence of this article right here. I don't think that quite conveys it. There's starvation, people becoming refugees, fleeing to other countries. And again, this economic mismanagement, I don't think that really conveys quite what's going on. Like, this is very much softballing what people are going through. There is mass starvation. There are people fleeing to neighboring countries. There are people starving. They're just eating whatever they can find. There's no money. There's no food. There's no medicine. If you go to the hospital, in a lot of cases, there's nothing that can be done for you except to lay you on a bed. So think about it. How a 2001 video game is feeding them. This is kind of a heroic story, but it's also a tragedy. So they're playing RuneScape. RuneScape's an MMO. If you've ever played an MMO, you've encountered gold sellers or real money traders or whatever word you like, people who will sell you in-game currency for real-world currency. My example would be like City Heroes. I go to the auction house or whatever, and I'm like, all right, let me just do my stuff here, sell some stuff, and I get a message saying, hey, I'll sell you 50 million influence for $5 or whatever. And I just kind of chuckle and move on with my life because I'm not going to pay for money in a game. That's stupid. I don't know who would do that. Somebody does. Somebody does, or they wouldn't be able to do this. Well, doing this, they go in, they farm a particular enemy, they get the items from it, they sell those items, and they can make 50 cents an hour. At the time, this is all like point in time of here in spring 2019, a year ago. So they make 50 cents an hour. The monthly minimum wage is like $7 an hour. They've had hyperinflation. They have, they're in such a bad state. And they got into that state. You know, they have nothing. And they got into that state because they relied on oil. And, well, that's one of the reasons. And so the government, something like 80% of their income comes from oil sales. And so they would sell oil, rake in the money. There was boom times. You go back like 15 years ago, oil prices were skyrocketing. They were rolling in the cash, having a great time. They spent the money everywhere, including some people's Swiss bank accounts, everywhere, except for reinvesting in the oil industry. So their machinery started failing. They started producing less crude. And the kind of crude that they sell or that they get in this country tends to have more sulfur than crude in other places. So it's harder to refine. It's less expensive. And now, today, especially right now, if you go look at gasoline prices, they're like the lowest they've been since like 1991 or something. It's ludicrous. It's nuts. That's for multiple reasons. One, there's a situation we're all in. We can't go out. Social distancing, that kind of stuff. But also, multiple countries are in a price war, and they're all undercutting each other with oil prices. There's no money. There's no money. Think about that. Think about if you had to feed your family, a spouse, a couple of kids, on $7 a month. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. That's a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So these people, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I use the words like it's heroic and a tragedy. Like it absolutely is. They found a way to make some money, and that's gold selling. They farm green dragons. They make 50 cents an hour. And I'm going to scroll down to here. Yeah, this is exactly where I want to be. They farm green dragons. They sell the stuff. But they do that where other players can attack their characters. And since real money trading, gold selling, all that kind of stuff is very much against the rules of every MMO I've ever played. Doesn't matter which one. Okay, there's probably one out there where that's not true, but every one I've ever played, it's been against the rules. And so you got people going after them, going after these people that are just trying to feed their family. That is a brutal, absolutely brutal consequence. Right there. Think about it. Think about it. You beat somebody up, you just deprive them of, you know, $2. It doesn't seem like a lot, right? But to them it is. So again, I think this is kind of an area, where if we could just treat each other with a little bit more compassion in our lives, maybe they would have an easier time of feeding their families, of putting food on the table, and maybe the people that get really upset about this kind of stuff could maybe calm down a little bit and not get so upset about this kind of stuff. I understand, this will drive like hyperinflation because you're generating lots of cashola or whatever. Like this is going to ruin the in-game economy. But I'm also kind of at the point in my life where I don't really care about in-game economies. I care about the people. I care about people not starving. But man, what a situation to be forced into playing a video game. Not like the fun kind of playing a video game. Not like I'm going to EVO or Rocket League Championship Series and I'm going to play for the prize, go for the big purse that's being offered. Get a cool, like, deal with, some card manufacturer or whatever. Not even like, I'm going to go stream on Twitch for 4 hours so I can get some donates. Which, that can be fun. Like, I like streaming on Twitch. It's enjoyable. I don't think I'm ever going to make any money doing it, but I have a blast doing it, hanging out with my friends, meeting some new people. It's good times. But to be forced, because there's literally no work available, to go grind gold in a video game, to keep from starving, that's rough. That is a situation I don't want anybody to be in their lives. Video game playing, even if it's kind of work, you should at least enjoy it on some level. And I don't see how grinding in an MMO past a certain point, doing it for money, and if you're not keeping up with your metrics, that means you might, your wife, your mom, your kids, somebody might not eat because you didn't kill fast enough. Like, that's rough. So I hope that things get better for all the people in this country, that they don't have this problem anymore, that they can eat. So yeah, next time you're like hunting down somebody in an MMO who's just like trying to grind out something and they're playing in a place where PvP is enabled, maybe have a little compassion for the poor person, all right? You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. And I sure hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.